In the vast kingdom of the wild, survival is not a passive instinct, it is a struggle pushed to the very edge of desperation. This is a world where each day ignites a silent battle, where life is defended through speed, strength, and decisions made in a fraction of a second. Here, confrontations are not fought for glory, only for continuity. Hunger drives the attack, fear demands escape, and exhaustion turns every encounter into an extreme test. The fight for survival is raw, relentless, and often merciless. Because losing does not mean retreat, it means vanishing. In this untamed arena, there are no guarantees and no truces, only creatures driven to their limits, facing one another in a constant struggle for existence. This is the true face of the animal world. A battlefield where to live is to endure, and to endure is to fight until the very last breath. Under the relentless African sun, the Masai Mara unfolds as a living canvas of untamed wilderness. Vast stretches of golden grass sway endlessly beneath dry winds, carrying the scent of red soil and the raw pulse of life itself. In this iconic region of Kenya, more than 2,500 square kilometers of savanna merge with winding rivers, thorny thickets, and gently rolling hills, forming one of the most remarkable ecosystems on Earth. Each morning, the sky ignites with deep crimson hues, signaling the beginning of an extraordinary spectacle. Across the plains, millions of wildebeest and zebras move together in the Great Migration, their hooves shaking the ground like distant thunder. A lion's roar echoes through the open land, while the streamlined form of a cheetah slips silently through tall grass at breathtaking speed. Above, more than 470 species of birds, from soaring vultures to elegant flamingos, fill the air, while on the ground, Thompson's gazelles and towering ostriches shape the daily rhythm of the savanna. Yet the Masai Mara is far more than a beautiful landscape. It is a proving ground where survival is tested every day. Predators and prey are bound together in an endless struggle for existence. Lions, the dominant force of the plains, rely on teamwork, powerful claws, and thunderous roars that can travel for kilometers to secure their territory. Cheetahs, built for speed rather than strength, depend on explosive acceleration to capture prey, often risking their hard-earned meal to stronger rivals. The ostrich stands as a remarkable example of adaptation. Reaching heights of nearly 2.7 meters and capable of running close to 70 kilometers per hour, it is both imposing and agile. Within the Masai Mara, an estimated 200 to 400 lions hunt large herbivores such as antelope, zebras, and wildebeest, and they frequently steal kills from cheetahs. Despite a hunting success rate of nearly 50%, cheetahs become extremely vulnerable after their short but exhausting chases, making them easy targets for lions or hyenas. With large eyes capable of detecting danger from great distances, the ostrich relies on speed and powerful kicks to evade threats. Although it is not a predator, it plays a crucial role in the ecosystem by consuming large quantities of grass, seeds, and insects, helping maintain ecological balance. This constant competition among species is the heartbeat of the Masai Mara, a land where every moment determines survival or loss within the endless cycle of the savannah. Balance is essential in this fragile environment. Lions help regulate populations of large herbivores, preventing overgrazing that could strip the land of vegetation. Cheetahs focus on smaller antelope, complementing the lion's role in maintaining order. Ostriches, through their feeding habits, indirectly support other species. Even the remains of a zebra weighing over 300 kilograms become nourishment for hyenas, vultures, and jackals, sustaining a complex and interconnected food web. However, this delicate balance faces growing threats. Habitat loss, increasing conflict with human communities, and climate change place immense pressure on wildlife. As the sun sinks low and bathes the Masai Mara in golden light, a slender figure cuts through the tall grass like an arrow released into the wind. It is the cheetah, the embodiment of speed. weighing between 40 and 60 kilograms. The cheetah represents a rare blend of grace and power. Its body is engineered to reach nearly 100 kilometers per hour in just a few seconds. Its golden coat, covered in dark spots, provides natural camouflage and helps release excess heat under the scorching African sun. Large eyes offer a wide field of vision, while the distinctive black tear lines running from eye to muzzle reduce glare and enhance focus during daylight hunts. Yet this incredible speed comes at a high cost. After each intense chase, a cheetah's heart rate can soar beyond 200 beats per minute, and its body temperature rises to dangerous levels, forcing it to stop and recover. Picture the scene beneath the vast African sky. A female cheetah lies motionless in the grass. Golden eyes scanning the horizon. She does not rule through raw power, but through precision, timing, and mastery of movement. The cheetah's lineage is like a thread drawn thinner with each passing millennium, nearly snapped by ancient global upheavals. The species endured, but survival came at a heavy cost. Today's cheetahs are remarkably similar at a genetic level, almost indistinguishable reflections of one another, carrying within their DNA the unmistakable imprint of a near extinction. They are a fragile triumph of evolution, racing against the limits of time. Cheetahs are solitary hunters. Unlike lions, they do not rely on the strength of a group, but instead depend on patience, precision, and sudden bursts of speed. In the Masai Mara, they hunt mostly during daylight hours, favoring the cool moments of early morning and late afternoon to avoid extreme heat and the risks posed by nocturnal predators. Their prey includes Thompson's gazelles, impalas, and the young of wildebeest or zebra's nimble animals, yet unable to match speeds that can reach between 95 and 105 kilometers per hour. A hunt begins in tense stillness, hidden among tall grasses. The cheetah locks its gaze onto the open plain, carefully calculating every movement of its target. Then, in a decisive moment, it explodes forward with an acceleration approaching 13 meters per second squared, rivaling and even surpassing that of a racehorse. Each stride covers an extraordinary distance, and its hunting success rate hovers around 50% higher than that of many larger predators. Yet speed alone does not guarantee safety. Hyenas and leopards pose constant threats, often forcing cheetahs to hunt at dawn or dusk, when these rivals are less active and the risk of confrontation is reduced. These encounters reveal the cheetah's vulnerable position within the food web. Despite being the fastest land animal on Earth, it is frequently outmatched by stronger competitors and driven away from its kill. Still, its greatest weapon speed has been refined to near perfection. In this delicate dance between pursuit and survival, the cheetah's tail becomes a silent partner. More than a simple extension of the body, it acts as a living rudder, guiding subtle shifts in balance and direction. With it, the cheetah does more than run. It carves its path through space, mirroring every sudden turn of its fleeing prey. The lion Panthera leo stands as the clearest embodiment of dominance on the African savannah. Its authority is built on immense physical strength, strong social bonds, and a roar that can travel for kilometers across open land. As dawn breaks over the Masai Mara, the lion emerges as a living symbol of power and unmistakable presence that commands respect. Its weapons are precise and devastating. Blade-like claws, nearly 4 centimeters long, slice through flesh with ease, while canines reaching up to 7 centimeters function as lethal instruments. Yet the lion's effectiveness goes far beyond raw force. Its senses have been refined through millions of years of evolution. with night vision up to 6 times stronger than that of humans. The lion can detect movement in near total darkness. This advantage comes from the tapetum lucidum, a reflective layer behind the retina that amplifies available light and produces the familiar glow of a lion's eyes after sunset. Even so, the lion's greatest strength is neither tooth nor claw, but sound. Its roar is the voice of the savannah itself. More than a call, it is a proclamation of ownership, rolling across the plains to signal that the land is claimed. This acoustic dominance allows lions to control vast territories without constant physical confrontation. Unlike the cheetah, which relies on speed and hunts alone, lions live and hunt in structured prides, typically made up of 5 to 15 individuals, though some groups grow far larger. Lionesses lead the hunts with precise coordination, moving like a disciplined unit, while males focus on territorial defense and the protection of cubs. Together, they form one of the most effective hunting societies in the natural world. As the sun climbs above the Masai Mara, the open grasslands become the stage for the lion's most dramatic hunts. Unlike the cheetah, which relies on raw speed to capture smaller prey, lions take on animals that are larger, stronger, and far more dangerous. Their hunts unfold like a deadly choreography of patience, timing, and coordination. Hidden within tall grass, members of the pride move silently, splitting into smaller groups to surround their target. Once the distance closes to roughly 30 to 60 meters, the ambush begins, cutting off every possible escape route. Some lions leap onto the prey's back, driving their claws deep, while others aim for the neck or muzzle, locking their jaws around the throat until breathing stops. When confronting formidable animals such as buffalo, the struggle can last for hours, with the prey fighting fiercely for survival. Still, persistence and teamwork usually prevail. Group hunts succeed roughly 30% of the time, an impressive rate given the risks involved. Picture the moment a zebra grazes peacefully, its striped coat glowing in the sunlight. Without warning, 3 lionesses burst from the grass. The zebra bolts, but every exit has already been anticipated. Lions do not hunt only at night. They take advantage of dawn and dusk, when low light offers natural camouflage. During the dry season, when water sources shrink to rivers like the Mara, lions often wait near watering holes. Sometimes a distant roar from a male sparks panic, driving prey directly into the trap. This blend of strategy and brute force makes the lion one of nature's most efficient hunters. Battles for control within a pride can be just as intense. When new males seize dominance, they may kill the cubs sired by their predecessors to ensure their own genetic legacy. Harsh as it seems, this behavior is part of the species' evolutionary strategy. Females carry their young for about 110 days, giving birth to 2 to 4 cubs weighing barely 1 or 2 kilograms. The pride protects them closely. Lionesses nurse communally and later teach the cubs the skills needed to hunt. In the Masai Mara, legendary prides such as the Marsh Pride or the Notch lineage have been documented ruling territories that span dozens of square kilometers. Here, lions are not merely predators, they are true architects of the ecosystem. Through strength, numbers, and coordination, they sit firmly at the top of the food chain. They are also skilled opportunists, frequently stealing kills from cheetahs and hyenas. After a cheetah completes an exhausting chase, it is not uncommon for a lion to appear silently, imposing and unchallenged, to claim the prize. Lions even hunt ostriches, though these birds are among the most challenging prey on the savannah. Capable of running nearly 70 kilometers per hour and delivering kicks powerful enough to kill a lion, ostriches present a serious risk. Beyond hunting, the lion's ecological role is vital. By controlling populations of herbivores such as zebras, wildebeest, and buffalo, lions prevent overgrazing that could devastate the grasslands. The remains of their kills then sustain hyenas, vultures, and jackals, keeping the ecosystem in motion. Shared by both cheetahs and lions. The ostrich Struthiocamelus stands out as an exceptional opponent, combining speed, strength, and constant vigilance. Reaching heights of up to 2.7 meters and weighing between 100 and 160 kilograms, it is the largest flightless bird on Earth and a familiar presence across the Masai Mara. Its survival depends on power and acceleration. An ostrich can sprint at over 70 kilometers per hour, nearly matching a cheetah over short distances, with strides stretching up to 5 meters. Unlike smaller prey, it wields muscular legs capable of delivering devastating kicks strong enough to break a cheetah's bones or kill a lion outright. Massive eyes, about 5 centimeters in diameter, give the ostrich an almost panoramic field of vision, allowing it to spot danger from afar. Combined with sharp hearing and a keen sense of smell, these senses provide early warning. Ostriches typically live in groups of 5 to 20 individuals, sometimes gathering in much larger numbers during migrations, creating an effective collective alert system. Their eggs, weighing more than 1.4 kilograms, attract many predators, but females defend their nests aggressively. For cheetahs, ostriches are tempting yet risky targets, especially when young or isolated. On flat terrain, the cheetah's advantage lies in its explosive speed. It stalks from distances of 1 to 200 meters, using tall grass as cover, and launches its attack when the bird is unaware. Even then, the ostrich's endurance and agility often complicate the chase. Cheetahs exhaust themselves after just 20 to 30 seconds of intense running, and in this contest, the balance can shift instantly. It is a reminder of the fragile equilibrium that defines life in the Masai Mara. Lions confront ostriches differently. Though not a primary prey like zebra or buffalo, ostriches become valuable during times of scarcity. Prides use encirclement tactics. Some lions drive confusion and panic, while others strike from the sides or rear. In the endless struggle of the savannah, adaptability remains the greatest weapon of all. Hunting an ostrich is never a simple task. With powerful legs capable of delivering kicks strong enough to be fatal and the ability to sprint at remarkable speeds, this bird is a dangerous opponent in open terrain. For this reason, lions succeed in only about 15 to 20% of their attempts. Most of the time, they focus on young birds or isolated individuals that have fallen behind the group, where the risk is lower and the chances of success improve. Both the cheetah and the lion play essential roles within the ecosystem, though their influence takes different forms. The cheetah, by targeting smaller and faster prey, helps keep certain herbivore populations in check and prevents excessive pressure on the grasslands. However, its solitary lifestyle and the frequent loss of its kills to stronger competitors reduce its overall impact, especially in areas densely populated by lions. The lion, by contrast, functions as a true architect of the savannah. By hunting large herbivores, it regulates their numbers and helps maintain the balance that allows the ecosystem to thrive. In the ongoing story of survival in the Masai Mara, both the cheetah and the lion stand as remarkable examples of nature's precision and adaptability, each defined by a distinct hunting strategy. Yet it is the lion that ultimately emerges as the dominant force. Through collective strength, the ability to take down massive prey, and its position at the top of the food chain, the lion shapes the fate of the Masai Mara more than any other predator. Which of these animals impressed you the most with its skills and adaptations? Share your thoughts in the comments. In the untamed heart of the African savannah lives a predator as beautiful as it is extraordinary: the African wild dog. Its mottled coat of black, yellow, brown, and white looks like a work of art shaped by nature itself, unique to each individual, like a personal fingerprint. Unlike the solitary leopard or the dominant lion, the African wild dog thrives through teamwork, cooperation, and flawless coordination. Its packs may consist of 10 individuals or several dozen, and each member plays an essential role. In Africa, they are not just hunters, they are protectors of their family, symbols of shared survival. Their existence proves that the most efficient predator can also be one of the most cooperative. Across the golden grasslands of the savannah, the afternoon light slowly spills over a sea of swaying grass. From the vegetation emerge the African wild dogs, silent shadows blending into the landscape like restless ghosts. Every step is measured, calculated. Damp muzzles quiver, ears swivel, eyes remain fixed with absolute concentration. Their attention is locked onto a group of impalas grazing nearby, unaware of the threat closing in. The impalas move calmly, their relaxed rhythm projecting a false sense of safety. Then, an invisible signal ripples through the pack. Without a single sound, the calm shatters. Suddenly, they all launch the attack. Silence turns into chaos, bodies surge forward, muscles tighten, and the chase explodes with terrifying speed. The ground trembles beneath the impala's hooves, grass snapping under desperate flight. In seconds, the outcome is decided: a precise bite, followed by others. The prey falls, overwhelmed by collective force. As quickly as it began, everything ends. Silence returns to the savannah. The hunt is over. The first to feed are the youngest. The pups eat before the adults. The meal is more than nourishment. It is a display of care, cooperation, and family bonds. In an unforgiving world, African wild dogs embody a rare balance, fierce and precise in the hunt, yet deeply affectionate within their group. Strength and unity, strategy and tenderness, a reminder that in nature, survival can also be built on cooperation. The wild dog's feast had not yet ended when a new shadow stretched across the golden grasslands of Africa. Hyenas had arrived, relentless opportunists, following the scent of blood with fierce determination and insatiable hunger. Their harsh, unsettling laughter echoed across the savannah, a chilling signal announcing to every nearby creature that the thieves were here. Then chaos erupted. The hyenas charged violently, jaws snapping like steel as they hurled themselves at the carcass. The wild dogs responded with courage, leaping forward in fury, teeth clashing against the powerful jaws of their rivals. For a few moments, resistance held, but the pressure was overwhelming. Within minutes, the pack's cohesion began to fracture under the relentless assault of the invaders. The prize changed hands. The hyenas claimed the kill, surrendering themselves to their voracity. They tore into the antelope without mercy, muzzles stained red, their laughter vibrating through the air and chilling any witness to the bone. The defeated dogs withdrew in silence, disappearing into the grass, leaving behind not only the meal, but an echo of defeat and a harsh lesson in endurance. Across the harsh expanse of the African savannah, life grants no truces. Victory and defeat, life and death are endlessly intertwined. In this brutal episode, the hyenas claimed triumph, and the African wild dogs were forced into a bitter retreat, a cruel reminder that on the savannah, survival is never guaranteed. Across the open African savannah, the giraffe immediately commands attention with its remarkable height. Towering above the grasslands, it can browse the highest leaves of acacia trees, food sources far beyond the reach of most other herbivores. This elevated viewpoint also serves as a natural lookout, allowing the giraffe to spot potential threats from a great distance and react long before danger draws near. Yet this impressive advantage comes with a clear risk. When a giraffe lowers itself to drink, spreading its long front legs and bending its body, it briefly enters a vulnerable and unstable position. Predators such as lions and even crocodiles near rivers may seize this moment. To survive, the giraffe relies on speed and power. Its long legs deliver swift acceleration and long strides, and if threatened at close range, a single kick from its hind legs can be powerful enough to seriously injure or deter an attacker. By feeding on the upper canopy of trees, giraffes help shape the structure of the landscape, preventing overgrowth and encouraging plant diversity below. Their role extends far beyond survival alone. They are an essential link in the food web. Through their daily movements and feeding habits, giraffes contribute to the balance and resilience of the ecosystem. Standing as one of the quiet guardians of the African savannah, and so, this journey through the realm of wildlife comes to an end, a world where survival is not an act of heroism, but a relentless necessity. Here, conflicts are not fought for glory or triumph, but for one more heartbeat, one more step forward, one fleeting chance to remain alive. Every encounter leaves unseen scars, exhausted bodies, watchful eyes, and silences heavy with loss. This is the true face of the wild raw, uncompromising, and profoundly real. A reminder that existence in its purest form has always been a struggle, and will remain so as long as the heart of nature continues to beat. In the wild, the greatest confrontations rarely begin with movement, but with stillness. Across the planet's harshest landscapes, every heartbeat becomes a signal, and every stare a silent calculation. Strength, distance, and survival are measured in moments of quiet tension. Nothing here is accidental. Each action is shaped by millions of years of evolution, refined for one purpose alone: endurance. Within this unforgiving realm, Predators and prey remain locked in total awareness. A single mistake can determine fate. The air feels heavy as muscles tense and instincts take control, preparing bodies to flee, defend, or pursue. Life and death are separated by mere seconds, and only those that can accurately read their surroundings earn the chance to continue. These encounters are not acts of chaos or cruelty. They represent the highest form of instinct, strategy, and adaptation. Every chase, every ambush, and every act of resistance plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of entire ecosystems. They remind us that struggle is not an exception in nature, it is one of its fundamental laws. As the sun sinks behind the rim of the crater, deep roars echo off the sheer cliffs. This is more than a territorial warning, it is a declaration of dominance. The lion, the apex predator of the Ngorongoro crater, announces his rule. Recent studies estimate that between 65 and 75 lions inhabit this region, organized into roughly 8 prides, with a density of about 20 to 25 individuals per 63 square kilometers. What sets the males of Ngorongoro apart is their imposing appearance, especially their dark, heavy manes. Mane color and size are shaped by genetics, hormones, and climate. Males with very dark, sometimes nearly black manes tend to have higher testosterone levels, greater reproductive success, and longer lifespans. In this crater, more than 60% of adult males carry dark manes. During leadership contests, a black mane not only amplifies intimidation but also increases appeal to females. The origins of this strength run deep. The dark-maned lions of Ngorongoro are the legacy of a past defined by extreme survival. Decades ago, a devastating epidemic swept through the crater, leaving only a handful of lions alive. From this small group, the entire population was rebuilt. It is a story of resilience, but also of consequence. The lineage is so closely related that each lion is almost a mirror of the next, a dynasty forged in isolation. Within the confines of the Ngorongoro crater, limited space combined with abundant prey forces prides to live in close proximity. This constant closeness fuels territorial tension. From opposite sides, two adult males emerge. There is no room to retreat. Their roars shake the landscape, signaling that conflict is unavoidable. They collide with tremendous force, bodies weighing close to 180 kilograms. Claws dig into the ground as each searches for control over the other. This confrontation decides far more than ownership of land. At stake is the right to pass on bloodlines and secure a legacy of power. In the Ngorongoro ecosystem, the victor keeps the territory and access to the females, while the defeated male is driven away, stripped of status within the social order. Life as a hunter in Ngorongoro is defined by flexibility and constant adaptation. While male lions spend much of their time patrolling and defending territory, it is the lionesses who lead the hunt. Across most of Africa, lions succeed in capturing prey in only 18 to 30% of attempts. In Ngorongoro, however, that figure can rise to 35 or even 40%, thanks to the abundance of herbivores and cooperative techniques refined over generations. As daylight fades and heat lingers among the tall grasses, tension builds. A pride has just brought down a zebra. The kill seems secure, but movement stirs at the edges of the plain. Silent shapes emerge, spotted hyena. Not one, but many. Suddenly, a sharp, echoing laugh slices through the air, a deliberate challenge. Encounters between these two dominant predators of the Ngorongoro crater are far from rare. They are part of an ancient rivalry, passed down through generations. The crater acts not only as a natural stronghold, but as an ecological pressure chamber. Limited space and the absence of escape routes lead to more frequent and intense clashes between lions and hyenas than almost anywhere else on Earth. The hyenas of Ngorongoro are anything but simple scavengers. They are highly efficient hunters, often bold enough to confront lions and seize their kills. In this enclosed landscape, the traditional rules of the savannah shift constantly. With an estimated population of between 380 and more than 470 individuals, the spotted hyena is the most numerous carnivore in the crater. Recent studies identify at least 8 clans, some numbering up to 80 members, thriving within territories no larger than 40 square kilometers. Their rivalry with lions extends far beyond competition over carcasses. At such high densities, conflict can erupt almost daily. While lions possess greater individual strength, hyenas counter with overwhelming numbers and coordinated tactics. This ongoing cycle of confrontation has shaped a unique ecological balance, one where nothing is guaranteed, and sheer power does not always decide the outcome. Hyenas never operate alone. Each clan functions as a tightly organized matriarchal society, led by a dominant female whose rank is passed from mother to daughter. When males reach maturity, they cannot remain in their birth clan. Instead, they must leave and seek acceptance in another group in order to reproduce a system that helps prevent inbreeding within the crater's confined environment. In this closed world, departure is not desperation but strategy. An invisible network of cues seems to guide them, familiar scents carried on the wind, distant echoes of kinship from other clans. This ancient social awareness ensures that even far from home, opportunity still exists. Males often target clans where a twin brother or a peer from the same generation has already settled, increasing their chances of acceptance and reproductive success. All of this is supported by an extraordinarily complex communication system. Laughter, growls, yelps, and powerful calls travel across the crater. In a place like Ngorongoro, these sounds are more than noise, they are the living voice of an ecosystem that is resilient, dynamic, and deeply interconnected. One of the most formidable herds in Africa moves across the savannah, the African buffalo. Unlike its domesticated relatives, this species possesses a massive build, with some individuals weighing over 900 kilograms. Its broad, curved horns meet at the base to form a solid structure known as the boss, a natural shield of bone that provides exceptional protection against predators. This feature gives the buffalo a defensive advantage few large mammals can rival. African buffalo live in large herds that can number in the hundreds. Within the group, cohesion and discipline are essential for survival. Whether crossing dry plains or moving through rivers, they maintain a tight formation. Calves and weaker individuals remain protected at the center, while the strongest males position themselves along the outer edge, ready to confront any threat. This living fortress proves remarkably effective, allowing the herd to withstand attacks from the savannah's most powerful predators. Their senses of smell and hearing are highly developed, compensating for relatively limited eyesight. At the faintest unfamiliar sound carried by the wind, the herd halts, heads lifting in unison, a silent signal of alert. When lions or hyenas are detected, the buffalo respond instantly. They cluster together and form a defensive line. Dominant males push forward, charging with force and swinging their horns to drive attackers back. In many cases, the entire herd counterattacks, turning what began as a hunt into a dangerous gamble for the predators themselves. There are numerous documented cases of lions being seriously injured or even killed after being struck by a buffalo's horns. Still, River crossings remain among the most perilous moments in a buffalo's life. In deeper waters, Nile crocodiles wait for any individual that strays from the group. Calves and weakened adults face the greatest risk. When a buffalo is dragged beneath the surface, the herd often stops, and several males may rush into the river in an attempt to drive the predator away. In some instances, this bold response succeeds in reclaiming the victim. During the dry season, buffalo must travel long distances in search of water. Fatigue weakens the herd and creates new opportunities for lions to strike. In these critical moments, cooperation becomes vital. A scattered herd offers easy targets, and isolated individuals rarely survive. But when united, buffalo become fearsome opponents, capable of repelling even large groups of lions. The African buffalo is also known for its unpredictable temperament. It may appear calm while grazing, yet a minor provocation can trigger a sudden and explosive charge. This behavior has made the buffalo one of the animals responsible for the highest number of human fatalities in Africa, surpassing even many large predators. With immense strength, surprising speed, and deadly horns, it is an animal that demands absolute respect. Its ecological role is just as significant. As herds move across the land, their hooves break up old grasses, encouraging the growth of new vegetation. They also disperse seeds through their droppings, helping regenerate the savannah. At the same time, they serve as a vital food source for top predators, holding a key position within the food chain. On the plains of Botswana, a buffalo herd forming a defensive circle stands as a powerful demonstration of collective strength. In a world where every species struggles to survive, unity is the foundation of resilience. for lions or crocodiles. Bringing down even a single buffalo is never easy. For the herd, staying together remains the strongest defense against any enemy. Just to the north, the plains of the Serengeti unfold like an endless ocean of grass. This is no ordinary landscape, but one of the most extraordinary wildlife spectacles still found on Earth. Each year, between 1.5 and 2 million wildebeest joined by more than 200,000 zebras, around 500,000 gazelles, and tens of thousands of elands set out on a journey exceeding 800 kilometers across the Serengeti Mara ecosystem. If the Great Migration is nature's grand symphony, then the Serengeti is its orchestra, the stage where the rhythms of life are born, repeated, and transformed in an eternal cycle spanning more than 14,700 square kilometers of northern Tanzania. Here, life does more than survive, it flourishes in a richness unmatched almost anywhere else on the planet. The name Serengeti, meaning endless plains in the Maasai language, reflects not only the vastness of the land, but the constant motion and renewal of life itself. When the rains fade and clouds lift from the southern highlands, the Ndutu region, near the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, becomes the starting point. The soil here is layered with ancient volcanic ash, accumulated over thousands of years. This creates mineral-rich grasslands high in potassium, calcium, and silica. As a result, vegetation grows rapidly, reaching nutritional levels up to 25% higher than those found in the more neutral soils of the northern plains. For this reason, between January and March, massive herds of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles gather in the area. Grant's zebras lead the migration, as if guided by an ancestral memory. Their movement is not random, it follows a biological map passed down through generations. Within the Serengeti Mara ecosystem, nearly 200,000 Grant's zebras take part in this annual journey. Compared to the leaner profile of the wildebeest, the Grant's zebra has a sturdier build, weighing between 220 and 300 kilograms. Though it is the smallest zebra subspecies, it is remarkably resilient, capable of maintaining the relentless pace of the migration across vast distances. Their black and white stripes serve more than a visual purpose. They also help regulate body temperature, allowing zebras to endure the dry heat of the tropical plains. As pioneers of the journey, Grant's zebras feed first on the tall, coarse grasses that many other herbivores avoid. By removing this tough outer layer of vegetation, they expose young, nutrient-rich shoots, the exact grasses preferred by wildebeest. This creates one of the most remarkable symbiotic relationships of the Great Migration, a silent partnership that keeps one of Earth's greatest natural cycles in motion. As the zebras set the direction, the blue wildebeest becomes the centerpiece of one of the most dramatic birth events on the planet. Each year, during a brief window between February and March, around 500,000 calves are born, nearly 8,000 new lives every single day. This synchronized birthing is no coincidence, but a powerful evolutionary strategy overwhelming predators such as lions, hyenas, and cheetahs, which can only take a small fraction of this sudden surge of life. Once the calving season ends, and the tender grasses are depleted while the ground begins to crack under the rising summer sun, the true march begins. No other mammal dominates the migration in sheer numbers as the wildebeest do. Each year, between 1.5 and 1.7 million individuals move together. An adult wildebeest typically weighs between 180 and 250 kilograms. By mid-year, the journey grows more dangerous. Rivers become the most formidable obstacles. At the Grumeti River, calves born only months earlier begin to feel the strain of the trek, drawn irresistibly to the water. Beneath the surface, hundreds of Nile crocodiles remain motionless, waiting. Some wildebeest are seized and pulled under by these hidden predators. Others freeze, watching as the water erupts around members of their own herd. It is a stark reminder that within the Great Migration, every step carries the weight of survival or loss. In July, the movement continues northward. The land rises, the air grows drier, and the sky seems to stretch endlessly overhead. Northern Serengeti reveals a different kind of beauty scattered kopjes. Granite outcrops rising like fins from a sea of golden grass. These natural formations serve as perfect vantage points for lion prides, watching the vast herds from afar. But in August, everything changes. The Mara River blocks the path and reshapes the destiny of the migration. Deeper and faster than the Grumeti, its waters hold even greater concentrations of crocodiles. Here unfolds one of nature's most ancient and awe-inspiring scenes. Thousands of wildebeest gather, calling and pressing forward before plunging into the churning river, entering a narrow corridor of danger. Yet within this apparent tragedy lies a vital paradox. The mass deaths that occur during the crossing do not mark an end, but the beginning of another cycle. Millions of kilograms of organic matter settle into the riverbed, creating an enormous source of nutrients that lasts for months. Released nitrogen and phosphorus sustain entire communities of fish, insects, and algae, transforming loss into a powerful force that fuels the ecosystem. Adult Nile crocodiles in this region measure between 3.5 and 5 meters in length, with dominant individuals reaching up to 6 meters and weighing more than 680 kilograms. Beneath their skin lie bony plates called osteoderms, forming a natural armor that turns them into living tanks of the river. Their eyes, nostrils, and ears sit atop their heads, allowing them to remain almost fully submerged while monitoring the surface. Their bite ranks among the strongest in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing the bones of large herbivores such as wildebeest and zebra. Rather than chewing, they grip their prey, pull it underwater, and perform a powerful rotational maneuver. At crossing points like the Mara River, the arrival of migrating herds signals the season of greatest abundance for Nile crocodiles. When tens of thousands of animals enter the river in a single day, crocodiles have no need to hunt actively. And paradoxically, the more animals that cross at once, the higher the survival chances for each individual. The wildebeest seem to understand this instinctively. If they succeed in crossing the Mara River, they reach the Masai Mara Reserve, the promised land of endless green pastures. Across Africa's vast open plains, small groups of antelope move cautiously through the grass. They are among the most abundant herbivores of the savannah and form a vital food source for many predators. With slender bodies weighing between 40 and 80 kilograms, antelope are built for speed and agility. They can reach speeds close to 80 kilometers per hour and, just as importantly, change direction in an instant to evade danger. In this landscape, their most feared opponent is the cheetah. Unlike lions that hunt cooperatively, or crocodiles that rely on aquatic ambush, the cheetah depends almost entirely on raw speed. Once it selects a target, usually a young or isolated individual, it begins its approach with low, silent steps. Its lightweight frame, highly flexible spine, and powerful hind muscles allow it to accelerate to over 95 kilometers per hour within seconds. The long tail acts as a rudder, maintaining balance during sharp turns at extreme speed. When the distance closes to less than 45 meters, the cheetah launches forward in an explosive sprint. The chase rarely lasts more than 30 seconds. Yet everything is decided within that brief window. The antelope reacts instantly, zigzagging and repeatedly changing direction to disrupt the attack. Often, this tactic works. A sudden turn can cause the cheetah to lose balance and fail to recover in time. But when the timing is perfect, the cat's claws find their hold and its jaws secure the neck. The end comes quickly and quietly. The cheetah must conserve energy and avoid drawing attention. Unlike lions, it does not share its meal. It eats alone and must do so swiftly, as hyenas, vultures, or even other large predators may steal its hard-earned catch at any moment. To reduce this risk, the cheetah drags its prey into cover and feeds as fast as possible, gaining the energy it needs to survive and for females to nourish their cubs. For the herd, the loss of one individual is part of nature's balance. For the cheetah, that moment means survival. The encounter between antelope and cheetah is evolution distilled to its purest form. Speed against speed, reflex against reflex. Each chase is a test of extreme adaptation, where only the fastest and most resilient endure and pass their traits on to the next generation. When the midday sun beats down on the Mara River, the surface begins to stir. From the murky water, massive gray shapes rise, bulging eyes, small ears, and enormous heads breaking the mirror of the river. They are hippos, the largest semi-aquatic mammals in Africa and among the most aggressive animals on the continent. An adult can weigh over 4 tons and stretch more than 4 meters in length. Their skin, nearly 5 centimeters thick, acts as natural armor. Combined with curved tusks approaching half a meter long, these traits make the hippopotamus a force capable of overpowering almost any rival. For most of the day, hippos remain submerged to avoid overheating. Only their eyes, ears, and nostrils stay above the surface, just enough to monitor their surroundings while remaining protected by the water. When night falls, they emerge in small groups onto open plains to feed. A single individual can consume more than 70 kilograms of grass in one night. Despite their strictly plant-based diet, hippos are fiercely territorial. Any intruder entering their stretch of water is treated as a threat, whether crocodile, lion, or human. This aggression is immediate and uncompromising. If a Nile crocodile approaches an area with calves, an adult female will attack without hesitation. She opens her jaws to an almost full angle, revealing massive tusks, while releasing a deep roar that echoes along the river. A single bite can crush the skull of a crocodile. In many encounters, the reptile retreats, surrendering the riverbank to its true ruler. Males are equally intolerant of intrusion. They mark their territory by spinning their tails as they defecate, scattering scent as a clear warning. When another male ignores that signal, conflict becomes unavoidable. Two colossal bodies collide, striking with heads and tusks. The water churns as dominance is decided. These battles are not random. They determine hierarchy and control over the most valuable sections of the river. Within the Mara ecosystem, the hippopotamus plays a crucial ecological role. Its daily movements between land and water carve channels into the soil, while its waste enriches the river with nutrients that sustain fish and microorganisms, keeping the aquatic food chain alive. Its presence is both a threat to intruders and a stabilizing force within the river system. Hippos also maintain a strong social structure. They live in large groups, sometimes numbering dozens of individuals, led by a dominant male. He defends the territory, while females and calves form the core of the group. When danger arises, they cluster together, turning the river into a space few predators dare to challenge. Even so, calves remain the most vulnerable. Some fall prey to crocodiles when they stray too far from their mothers, while others perish during clashes between adult males. Those that survive grow rapidly, surpassing a ton in weight within a few years. Once fully grown, almost no species in the ecosystem can confront a healthy adult hippo. For other animals, the hippo's presence is a clear warning. Buffalo herds prefer to drink where hippos are absent, and migrating zebras and wildebeest choose crossing points away from their concentrations. For nearby human communities along the Nile and the Mara, the danger is very real. One charge can be fatal. For these reasons, the hippopotamus has long been considered deadlier than any land predator. All of these traits combine to make it the undisputed lord of the river. Even Nile crocodiles, fearsome in their own right, often yield to its dominance. In the Mara, if the crocodile is the silent executioner, the hippopotamus is the visible warrior enforcing absolute authority over the waters. This is where these stories of the animal kingdom's most intense struggles come to an end. They are not scenes of glory or absolute victory, but moments of raw reality where every heartbeat sounds like a warning in a world that offers no mercy. In the wild, every gaze becomes a decision, a silent calculation between pressing forward or retreating, between confrontation and escape. Here, conflict is born not from cruelty but from necessity. Every encounter reflects a fragile balance that has allowed life to endure for millions of years. Some survive, others fall, and both are essential parts of the same cycle that keeps ecosystems alive and in motion. These struggles remind us that nature does not exist for spectacle, but for continuity. To understand them is the first step toward respect and protection, because when an ecosystem breaks, it is not only animals that disappear, an irreplaceable story is lost forever. If this journey through the wild has made you feel, reflect, or see nature from a new perspective, we invite you to like the video and subscribe to Beast Call Nature. Your support allows us to continue sharing real stories from the natural world told with respect, authenticity, and emotion.